Good morning. I hope that you are having a fabulous day. Let me go ahead and apologize. My voice is a little raspy. We've all been sick in the home. Our COVID tests have been negative, so that's not what we have going around. But the South, this is probably the worst time of year to live in the South because it's not exactly fall and it's not exactly summer, but we're getting like 40-degree temperatures at night and still getting 80-degree temperatures during the day. So living in Georgia, this is the time of year where everybody gets sick, and so we were not spared by it. I meant to do this video earlier because today is actually Sunday, I think it's the 5th. It is the 6th. Today is already the 6th, and I meant to get this out earlier, but I have had a lot of big changes in my life, and so I just have not gotten around to it. First and foremost on my big life changes is my daughter and grandson are now living with me. I went up the first, like around the 4th of September to Minnesota. I flew up, picked them up. We drove back to Georgia. They're staying with us. So having a toddler in the house has been a really big adjustment. I love him. He's so full of life, so full of energy, and it's just been a challenge to keep up with him. My daughter, she started a job. She works, it's a part-time job, but I keep my grandson when she's working. Excuse me. But I love having them here. But that's just been a really big change to like our routine where it was just me and my husband and the 2 dogs. So that's another thing, 2 dogs. I have had 3 Siberian Huskies for a year. And ironically, the weekend that I flew to Minnesota to bring my grandson and my daughter home, we lost one of our Huskies. Now, we didn't lose him, like it wasn't a bad situation. Aspen, our black and white dog, he was a rescue from the very beginning. He was a rehab dog. He really needed the most work, the most attention. And from the beginning, we knew we were just basically going to foster him until we could get him in a situation where he was okay with people, and then find him another home. And when Coda, our little male puppy, got close to a year old, they fought a lot, and it was getting to the point to where their fights were getting really aggressive. And knowing that we were bringing my grandson, who is he will be 2 in December, into the home, even just me here by myself with the dogs, the way they fought, it was getting to a point where it was going to be dangerous for them as well as anyone else in the home. So we made the decision that it was time to find him a home. But ironically, or so gratefully, my brother had lost his wife a year earlier. The first year, like not long after we first got Aspen. So he had been around Aspen the whole time we've had him. He loved Aspen. Aspen would let him pet him. He would sit by him when he came over to visit. So my brother wanted to take Aspen. So he is spoiling him and giving him a great life. So it was a good situation. But we went from 3 dogs down to 2 dogs. And added my daughter and a 2-year-old to the house. So that's been the biggest change. Secondly was my job. For years, when I've had this job where I work from home, I've worked a later shift. and my hours were, my last current hours were 11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. So I had a really late start in the morning, and I had like, my husband usually leaves for work anywhere between 5 and 7. So I had several hours every morning that I could do things like my house cleaning, schoolwork, all my working out, go to the park and walk, go to the gym. I had a whole free morning, and I got pretty used to that because I had been working this shift for several years. So the week when I came back from bringing my daughter and my grandson home, they actually changed my hours at work, and now I work 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. So I work a normal, like what would be kind of a normal shift, but it has been a really hard adjustment getting started to that earlier morning start. And I thought I would be fine with it, but because I thought in theory, I'll get up at 4 a.m. I'll still have 4 hours. I still have time to work out, do my house chores, do house cleaning. But when I first started getting up, I noticed that the floors in our house creak, and I didn't want to wake the baby up. Well, when I'm up, the dogs are up and they're active and they're, wrestling and being huskies, and I didn't want to wake the baby up. So I don't really do as much in the mornings as I thought I would. And so I've just been having a really hard time trying to get adjusted to, one, having the toddler in the house, and two, adjusting to my new work schedule. But that happened in September. This is November, and excuse me, I just sit down and had a little heart to heart with myself, saying, this wasn't a temporary thing. My hours didn't change for a week. My daughter wasn't down visiting, for a few days, a couple of weeks. This is my new permanent. And for the month of November, I have no choice, but I have to get myself into a routine. I have to completely reset, my routine and how I was doing things. And I may not be able to get everything done in the morning, but I get off of work 3 hours earlier now. There may just be times after work when I have to go to the gym in the evening, go to the park and walk in the evening, do some workout in my office in the evening. See, that's another thing. I had my little home gym set up downstairs in the basement. Well, that's where they wanted to stay. So they have a space, they have a bed set up, they have a bathroom all to themselves, and they have just lots of space for baby's clothes and toys and everything he needs. So I took the things that were my home gym, took all that out. So now just finding the space in the house where I want to work out. So that I have to do it. And so that's why I kind of got back into trying to be more deliberate with myself. I hadn't been working out as much, one, because I didn't want to, leave the house and go to the park or the gym, because I didn't want the garage doors going up and down, waking the baby up. I didn't want creaking floors waking the baby up. So after a while, I knew they were going to be here for a while, here to stay. So it just kind of started feeling like excuses. So now I'm in a place where I have to push those excuses aside. And if I have to go outside and work on the back deck, that's fine. If I have to go to the gym or the park after work, that's fine. And if I don't want to worry about waking the baby, I'm just going to have to do it another time. And so I'm trying to figure out the best schedule to do that, because some evenings after I get off work, my daughter works and I'll be keeping the baby. So those days I need to make plans that somewhere in the house or outside in the backyard, somewhere in the basement, in the garage. My husband's gone, so his bay is empty in the garage, I can go in there. There's no creaking floors in there, and I don't have to raise bay doors. So I just have to figure out on those days I have to work out in the morning before work, and then on the days that she doesn't work, I can go to the gym. So I'm just having to, kind of get this mindset in. They say if something is important enough to you, you'll make time for it. And now is the time to put action to my words and make the time for it. But with that, I just kind of wanted to recap October and kind of go over my November reset goals. I'm using this little wellness planner. It's shiny, so I don't know if you can see it, but it's an Erin Condren, and it just says you have what it takes, a wellness log, and it's an Erin Condren. And so right here is my monthly reflection from October, and then kind of setting up November's goals for the month. And so on the last day of October, my goal was to lose 10 pounds for October, even though I wasn't working out regularly. I did work out some days, but I didn't work out all the days. But I was just trying to be more mindful of drinking water and kind of paying attention to my nutrition. So my goal was to lose 10 pounds. And on October the 31st, I was down 11.1 pounds. So I hit my goal and even surpassed it. So I was very happy with that. And on 10/31/22, I weighed 271.8. And there's where I have it in there. I logged it. So I put how this month went. And I just wrote, given that I did not work out for most days, I'm still very happy that I hit my weight loss goal. And I was very happy with that. And my accomplishments were losing 11.1 pounds. And I hit my step goal most days. That's one thing that I found, having a toddler in the house. I'm constantly, moving around more. I'm picking up more things because he loves to just tear things out. My dog is having a sneezing fit. So most days I did hit my step goal. There were only very few days that I didn't. My goal progress was I stayed on target with my 10-pound weight loss goal. And I had more days of hitting my step goal. And then down here it says what I noticed this month. And then I put how vital nutrition is to my success. Because even though I did not work out every day, I consistently managed to lose weight. And that was due to me being more conscious of my food intake. And I was just really just being more cognizant of like portion sizes and food choices. So beginning for November, resetting my wellness goals for the month are to lose another 10 pounds. I would love to drop 10 more pounds. My goal was to try to lose 10 pounds a month. And I know ideally, like some programs and some people say, 2 pounds a week is like really what you should be aiming for. But I have a lot of weight to lose, and I'm not moving as much as I could be, and I'm not drinking all my water that I should be. And I feel like if I really put the effort in, I could probably sneak in that extra 2 pounds and hit a 10-pound goal, because I did for October. So it can be done. I want to work out 3 days a week, and that's like weight training. I want to do something moving, like even if it's just a little walk around the neighborhood, do a little Zumba here every day. So I want to do like at least 30 minutes of like activity every day, but 3 days a week I want to at least do some weight training. Now this is like a wellness planner, so it's not just specifically like geared toward my weight loss. This is more like, mental and physical health. And so I did put on there that I want to wear makeup 3 days a week. A few months ago, I actually just got released from depression, and I talked a lot about the connection between, being overweight, obesity, and depression. And I feel like things that are going to kind of try to put me in a good, mental state, trying to make me feel a little better about myself, are going to help, keep me from, getting back into a dark place, and keep me more motivated toward working toward my weight goals as well. So I wear makeup 3 days a week. For the month of November, I want to do only water, no sodas for the month. And then I want to have a nighttime routine where I really concentrate on sleep hygiene, because sleep is so important to your mental health and your physical health. And I never really realized what a role that sleep really plays on your weight loss. As much as in the last month, I have a second job, and for the entire month of October, I worked my primary job every week, Monday through Friday. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, I worked my second job. Now, on Sundays, I work like 3 to 11. On Saturday nights and some Friday nights, I worked 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. So I was working 7 days a week, and I would work my 8 to 4:30 job during the week. And then on the weekends, I was working overnight, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. And that messed my sleep up so bad. And I could really tell on those days and on those weekends that my weight would be up, or that I wouldn't lose anything, even if I didn't really have anything to eat. So I really want to focus on setting myself up for good, restful sleep. And then down here in this bottom section, it says, how am I working toward my wellness goals this month? And I just put planning out and scheduling my workouts, because I have to work around my new work schedule. I have to work around my part-time job schedule. I have to work around my daughter's work schedule now, because I keep the baby. So I have to make a point to figure out those open blocks of time, those little windows of opportunity, and I have to make working out a priority for those times. Meal planning and prepping, that's something that I am getting a little better about, and practicing my self-care every day. So that is my wellness planner and my November reset. So far I am on target, because I was down 11.1 pounds at the end of November, or at the end of October. And as of today, I recorded my weight, and I am down 12.2 pounds. So I've lost more weight since November started, and today is the 6th. So yay! I just want to stay with this momentum and keep it going. But so anyway, that is kind of my October recap and my November monthly reset with my goals. Kind of throwing out there all my big life changes with having a toddler in the house now and changing my work hours. And so that is really kind of where I'm at today. And if you've made it to the end of this video, I really appreciate you. It means the world to me when someone takes time out of their day to watch my videos. I really do appreciate that more than you know. And I hope that you have an absolutely amazing day. Bye.